Home is where connections are made, memories are formed, and ideas are born. And no one knows home better than NFM. Thanks for tuning in to I Am Home, the podcast that goes deeper than trends and dives into what it means to make your house a home.
This is I Am Home, the Home Life Best Life podcast. Hello, I'm Tyler Weiskup, joined by my co-host who, Bubble, she's the best kind of trouble. It's Becca Sudbeck.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi, Becca. And our other co-host who, hocus pocus, we take all the notice. It's Hilary Waltemath.
Hey.
Hi, Hilary. This month, our theme is That's Scary. And today's topic is spine-chillingly fun. We're talking Halloween decor trends. I'm really excited for this one. But before we get to that, let me tell you why we're even doing this podcast. And that's because NFM is more than just your everything home store. We're in the business of improving lifestyles because your home life should be your best life. And you can learn more at nfm.com. And Hilary, you're going to kind of walk us through these Halloween decor trends, being a resident trend expert. You've got a really strong list. And we were kind of talking about this before we jumped on the mic. I'm really excited to kind of go through what you're seeing out there in the trend world. So Hilary, take us away.
Yeah, for sure. So I've consulted the trend forecasting service we use and have three, what I think turned out to be very relevant, like predictions for the season. And our co-producer Ann did a lot of research too. And it was fun to see it all align really nicely. What you may have noticed, even the average person that isn't in like the retail world like we are, is Halloween is out trending fall decor, and it has been for the last several years. It's more popular than ever, and it seems to gain more popularity with each year.
And psychologically speaking, Hilary, why do you think that is?
You know, I think we've talked about this a lot on the podcast, is like your home and decor is a form of self-expression. So there's more.
We all want to put on a costume now. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, okay. Exactly. Just go all in. No, I think it's become more fun and playful, and it's just expanded beyond skeletons and like, I don't know.
The classic style of like what we think of Halloween decor has evolved a lot since then. And there's a lot of different ways for us to express it.
Yes.
And that can kind of jive with this time of year.
Yeah.
I also just feel like Halloween's that one holiday where like you can like, you go to other people's houses, strangers even. Like I feel like it's like people take pride in like having like the biggest, best Halloween display, which is, I feel like, different than the fall.
Yeah.
Like,
there's not as many like traditions rooted in Halloween. I mean, you have like trick-or-treating, costume parties, but like beyond like Christmas or Thanksgiving, like it's about family and family honored traditions and and like Halloween is just meant to be fun and a form of self-expression. Because if you would have asked me when I started here over 10 years ago, like Halloween, I would have been like, ew, tacky, cheesy, no, like no interest. I didn't decorate at all. But even me that was like more about like fall and harvest and pumpkins, I've moved more towards like fun Halloween decor. And it's not just like gory, spooky, or like geared towards little kids. Yeah. Like the range has developed a lot. So I've got three trends to kind of run you through, and then some party ideas. So I think seeing more Halloween, like themed parties, seeing this trend of people being maybe like a little bit more crafty and having fun with it. So we'll leave you with some party ideas if you're planning on a Halloween party this year.
I am. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Ready for the first one?
Yeah, let's do it.
So this first one they called Nostalgic Haunts, and the name probably gives a lot of it away, but it's very traditional, kind of folkloric in nature, a little eerie, but not scary.
Yeah.
And it's a little vintage inspired. So a little bit of a journey back in time. You'll see a lot of classic black and orange, but things have kind of like a distressed or patina look to it. So for decor, what you could do is, I don't know if you've seen this trend on social media. It's been big the last maybe 1 or 2 years, where you take like an old thrifted painting, and you paint over it to make it kind of spooky. So you add like little like ghost sheets on the little people, paint in some pumpkins. So like a really fun, maybe like craft activity, or a way to like add a little Halloween decor in an unexpected way. Or like really spooky portraits that feel old or antiqued. Anatomy charts, so whether it's like skeletons or whatnot, like that definitely fits the vibe. Big trend last year and this year is like the terracotta pumpkins or terracotta jack-o'-lantern. So it's that like evolution from just a pumpkin to now it's a jack-o'-lantern, because it's kind of like it feels a little bit more polished than like your plastic blow mold pumpkins.
I like this because it's almost less about like I'm finding the wolf man and I'm putting the little paper thing on the wall, and it's like I'm finding like pieces that just are from an era and they just have like a vibe about it.
Yeah.
And then there's the crafting side of it that you can blend into it too, which I think it just gives you some good options for being able to add some of that nostalgic, vintagey inspired piece.
Yeah, a little way to like save money too, if you're not wanting to spend a whole bunch of money on new stuff, some ways that you can kind of craft or repurpose some things that are maybe sitting in your basement. Lots of like cobwebs, kind of on top of everything, a really inexpensive kind of decor item you can add in. I think of like black cats and like really drippy candles that have like burned for a really long time. They've got all the wax melting down the sides. So for party ideas, something that would kind of fit this vibe, there's tons of murder mystery games, like tons you can find online, depending on how involved you want to get. Spooky charcuterie boards. So whether it's like maybe like a coffin shaped, or you've got like parts of a skeleton worked in there, but like a fun way to fit that vibe. Or even like some like skeleton ice molds. So you can find inexpensive ice molds to put in your fun like punch bowl or drinks or whatever. So what do you think about nostalgic haunts?
I'm all in. This
like
is the one I like. I don't think we need the other ones.
I haven't heard the other ones yet, but I think it's fun. It sounds fun.
Yes. Yeah. I started strong with that one.
Yeah, definitely.
So the second one is called Stardust. The name might give you a bit of a vision.
All right.
So this is very celestial, otherworldly, kind of fantastical, futuristic, while also looking a little bit retro, and very overstimulating, like lots of color, lots of pattern play, lots of like reflective finishes as well. And this one is all about self-expression. So there's a ton of different ways you could go, but think of like bold use of color. So vibrant pinks and teals and purples, or if you stay relevant on like pop culture, brat green, if you're familiar, would be a great color to infuse in this one.
Yeah, fun.
You know what brat green is?
Sure. Let's pretend I do.
Okay. So for decor, like disco ball, everything. Think of like holographic finishes and lots of use of like astrological elements and kind of cosmic like iconography. So stars, moons, planets, skeletons, but they're maybe like dancing or doing something kind of funky. So I think for like if you're throwing a party with this one, lean into like some of those like pop culture references. You could do like tarot card readings, or like there's some fun activities you could do with everybody's like horoscope or astrological signs. Like that very much fits the vibe. So if you've got friends that are into that, like there's a ton of fun like party activities you could lean into that also make it kind of feel Halloween spooky almost.
Is there SpaceX and Elon Musk included as a part of
you
this?
Know, if he was cooler, maybe.
All right.
But
so Matt Damon in The Martian, is that or if I put, does this count?
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Maybe I don't understand the assignment on this one, but I think it's really cool. I like the idea of astrological. I think there's a lot of people who are into astrological signs in
Uh-huh.
general. This is kind of a little bit of a blend of that. And I always think of Halloween when I think of that kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So I think that and star charts and that kind of stuff,
Mhm.
it's telescopes and
Yep.
it's kind of, that's a vibe. I'm
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're like orange and black is not my
Yeah,
thing.
I
Yeah.
feel like you could
done
have a
that.
really fun theme party with that
Yeah,
too. though.
yeah,
Like
and
the idea of different colors, like you said. And,
right. A lot of
Yeah.
this would serve a lot of different purposes as well too. Or another like fun craft idea you could get like the sheets of those like little tiny mirror tiles and
Uh-huh.
essentially disco a pumpkin if you
Mhm.
wanted.
yeah. Love that.
Yeah, versus like painting it or
Mhm.
carving it like you
Yeah.
normally would. Like you can get that stuff pretty affordably and disco just about everything.
Very cool.
Yeah, fun,
All right.
huh?
Solid second
Yeah.
idea here. I
Yeah.
love this.
Okay. The third one, I maybe should have not left this for last, but it's called Slow Burn. And it is very horror inspired.
Okay.
So if you love horror movies, like you love like real spooky Halloween, like this is the direction for you. So it's like very fiery, reds, oranges, black, of course.
Yeah.
It's very dark. It's probably going to make you feel a little uneasy, a little suspenseful.
Yeah.
This is
I'm out.
not my vibe at all.
Nope.
But I know people that would like go
Yeah.
all in on this, and
Yeah.
it's just them to their core. So like decor items, like think of lots of like bloody
Yeah, that's what I'm
prints
thinking is bloody.
and spots. Yeah. Handprints, like if you've ever seen like the
Mhm.
dragging bloody hand situation. Things that look like maybe exposed veins, thorny, or like I said, it's fiery. Like a lot of the decor items look burnt
Yeah.
or have this kind of like ashy
Uh-huh.
look to it. So if this is your vibe, you're throwing a party, couple things you could do is like a ceremonial type tablescape where you like surround it with candles, or you've got that going on in the middle. Any type of like flame like lighting. Anne found this in her research too. There's like a lot of fun you can do with lighting and projection.
Mhm.
So there's a lot you could do to transform the inside or outside of your home to do some of those like spooky lighted projections. I did also see a punch bowl, and it was some blood red drink, and then they had made like hand ice molds. So taking like a latex glove, filling it with water, and then freezing it, and then those are your
Okay.
like
Yeah.
ice cubes that keep your bloody punch cold.
Love it.
Yeah.
No notes.
Yeah. So this is probably one I have the least like party suggestions on, because I can't even watch a scary movie.
Yeah.
But there's, if you love like true
Right.
horror.
Yeah. And clearly there's like a market for that, because I
Yeah.
feel like they always have scary horror movies. I'm like,
Mhm.
who watches these things? I mean, not me, but there has to be a lot of people, because they keep making them.
Yeah.
Yes.
These are probably the most popular of the like just movie genres. There's
No,
so
I
many
know.
of that,
You're-
like so many of these kinds of movies. in
Yes,
general. So,
100%.
yeah.
Like there's an audience and
Yeah.
people that love this.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you're certainly seeing like more Halloween decor trends kind of leaning that direction too, but in like polish doesn't feel like the right word. You're just seeing more of it out there. It's
Yeah.
not just at like the costume store.
Right.
Like you're seeing like fun decor that kind of fits that
Yeah.
vibe. That isn't just like something that came off of your costume or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea of the suggestions here, where you can like like you said, you can
Mhm.
go to the costume store, you can go to the home improvement store, you can find some of the things that have sort of been suggested here, but the
Mhm.
idea of like being able to elevate your
Mhm.
horror a little bit. I mean, I'm just reminded of like that house on the block that is just like
Oh yeah.
really they go.
Uh-huh.
It just looks insane
Mhm.
to walk by it, which is it's scary for little kids, but it's
Yes.
perfect for it's perfect as an adult walking by, and you're like,
Yeah.
that's a person I want to
Right.
find out why your
What
demented
happened to
brain.
you? What do we need to unpack?
But it's fun. It's fun for the season.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, you go all in for this like short window, and then you pack it away, and you do it next year. It's like playful make believe, like I said, not rooted in tradition. And we talked about all about self-expression. There's lots of ways you can make it fit for you, and it's not just a jack-o'-lantern.
So Hilary, you've been moving more in this direction. Are you like using one of these trends this year, or you have kind of something from years past that you're doing in your home?
The nostalgic haunts is definitely my vibe. I love to like mix old and new, and that's certainly the vibe of my home. And I've found some like kind of fun, cheeky, playful things to bring into that too. I threw my friend a Halloween party last year, 2 years ago. So her birthday is just a few days before Halloween, and it was her golden birthday. And I was like, this was really fun. I never would have. I bought these like faux like crows. And they had like little wire on their feet, so you could like attach them to just about anything.
Love that.
Yeah.
Fun. Yeah.
Or if you've seen like a ton of people have done like the little bats up on the
bats.
wall,
The bats
like
are
coming
fun.
out of the fireplace are really fun. I love to buy those bags of like cobweb material and just stretch that over everything. It's really inexpensive and a fun way to.
It makes a big impact too, like right away.
Yeah. Screams spooky. So yeah.
Becca, what about you? Was any one of these jumping out?
I mean, definitely not the slow burn. I don't like anything scary.
Same.
So I'd probably say the nostalgic haunts. That's probably the most. I mean, and I feel like we have a collection of Halloween things, and I get a few new things every year. Some have to be retired after, I don't know.
Lots
I guess
of wear
we've
and
been
tear.
doing
Some of these
Halloween
seasons.
for probably 15 seasons now with like kids, and so. But it's definitely, I like mixing old things with new things. And we do a little bit outside, a little bit inside, but that's probably the one I also would gravitate towards the most.
Yeah.
Have you considered the giant 12-foot skeleton?
No, I haven't.
I've got a few people in our neighborhood that have that, and it's been like that just shows the
level of commitment
and the trend towards like Halloween.
That got really popular a few years ago, and it's still sticking around.
Yeah. One neighbor, they like live on a hill, so it's always like fallen down. I've seen people like dress them up, and so it's just expanded.
I drive by one house that has it up all year long.
Seriously?
Yeah. And they just do they do something seasonal with it every single. So I mean, I wouldn't if you're worried about storing it. I guess I don't know.
Right, you don't have to
never take it down.
Yeah, you might not
it's
have
like the
to.
Christmas tree that you just decorate for other holidays, right?
Yeah, if Halloween is your thing,
I
which
saw
think
that
more
you
and
can
more
just
people-
throw a sheet over the Christmas tree. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll
keep it up all year. I don't know what you do with all the other months, or you could put it up early.
Exactly.
And put the sheet over it and make it like a ghost.
Yeah.
And then it's already up.
If your tree's in front of all your Halloween decor,
right?
And you're like, well, I guess I'll just put that one up. I'll put a sheet, have some little stickers on its eyes.
Yep.
We've even had like orange and black Christmas trees too that have sold. Yeah.
A lot of different ways to cut this up. All
yeah.
right. Well,
How about
we had
you, Tyler. What are you choosing?
I mean, I think nostalgic haunts is where it's at for sure. I mean, I think the Stardust option is really strong too. The slow burn. I think we at my place, like we have like a little graveyard that we do. I don't know that it's as elevated as it could be. It's probably a mix between nostalgic haunts and slow burn, but it's not quite like as dramatically horrifying.
Right.
That's good.
So that's I'm in between. I do think the Stardust one is interesting. If I had to start from like scratch, maybe that could be a fun one to do, like a party idea. I really think
I
it's
definitely think it would be a super fun party.
Like for Gen Z, like that's
so Gen Z, so Gen Z, and in the best way, Gen Z.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Hilary, thanks for these suggestions. We got nostalgic haunts, Stardust, slow burn. I think we learned a lot about these new trends and ways that you can cut it up for Halloween, your Halloween party this year. So thanks for sharing. All tricks, no treats, really. I think
that's
no
right.
all treats, no tricks. That's what I meant to say. Well, Anyway, butchering the close of the podcast here, but I do want to thank you, Hilary. I want to thank Becca. I want to thank our co-producers, Ann and Scott. And finally, I want to thank you listeners for liking and subscribing wherever you listen. Don't forget to visit us at nfm.com/podcast to send us your questions, from design challenges to product recommendations and beyond, giving free advice there. Bye for now, but remember, home is what you make it.
Thanks for joining us today for I Am Home with Tyler Weisskopf, Hilary Woltemath, and Becca Sudbeck. No one knows home quite like NFM. So if you'd like more information on home design at NFM, please check out nfm.com and leave us a review on the podcast platform of your choice.